Hi there, I'm Celia Ramsey, and
I'm Libby McLaren. Hi.
back in 2022, we recorded our lesson number 5, which is called How to Create Your Own Harmonies, and it's packed with a lot of really cool information. We have a little more experience with recording these videos now, and we worry that lesson 5 is so packed with info that you could find it overwhelming. So we've decided to split a few things into separate videos and re-record a few others. In this podcast, we'd like to explain musical intervals, what they are, and how they can be a useful tool for your harmony singing journey. In our lesson number 5 podcast, we demonstrated intervals on a piano keyboard, but we realized that if you don't play piano or another instrument, that might not help you. So in this podcast, we're going to approach intervals from a strictly vocal perspective.
Okay, so why do we care about intervals? 2 reasons. Singing intervals is a common practice in choral groups to help singers become more comfortable with singing different sounds because when you sing harmony, perhaps the hardest thing is to not get pulled from the harmony to sing something different than the melody or even something different than the person sitting next to you. This is called ear training, though you could also call it brain training. Also, when there are no buttons or keys to push, intervals are a great tool.
So, what is an interval? It's the space between 2 notes. These intervals, major thirds, fourths, and fifths, and in a minor key, minor thirds, are the most common building blocks for creating harmonies. But hey, let's show you what we mean. We'll sing a smidgen of Row, Row, Row Your Boat, which is a round. In case you didn't know it, rounds are sneaky ways to lure folks into singing harmony. So here's how Row, Row, Row Your Boat sounds. Notice that one of us starts and the other person starts later, but singing the exact same melody. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Merrily, life is but a dream. So now let's break this apart so you can hear what an interval is.
Row, row, row your boat
Row. Okay, the space between those 2 notes, gently,
gently.
row, is a harmony created by an interval. And this interval is what we call a major third.
Now don't get confused. It's not a fraction. It's just the space between 2 notes, any 2 notes, starting on the tonic, which we can call 1, and up 1 whole step, which we can call 2, and then another whole step, 3. Da, 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 and then da, 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 da. That's the third, da, da, da. That's 3 steps, which is why it's called a third. We don't know why the intervals are named like they're fractions, but it's the convention in the music world. It happens that in Western music, the intervals that form a major chord are the tonic, the third, and the fifth. And you know these notes. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, la, 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 la. Listen to what it sounds like when I sing the tonic, number 1, and Libby sings the third above, which is 3. La,
La, 3,
1,
3.
And now listen to this. We'll use this ancient tone generator to play the tonic. Libby will... Okay, yeah, right, sorry.
Well, you sing the third.
Okay, good.
And I'll sing the fifth above both notes. So
Perfect. La.
La, that's a major chord. Chords are made up of intervals. Whew. And there are loads of variations of chords. Right now we're just using the 1, 3, 5. Let's play that tone generator again.
Okay.
And Celia will sing the third.
All right.
I'll sing the fifth. But check this out. Listen to what happens when Celia moves her note down
Oh, cool.
half a step.
Okay,
Check it out.
Great. La.
That is so cool. She, by moving that down half a step, created a minor chord.
So we just mentioned a half step. What does this mean, you may well ask? Okay, well, when you sing a major scale, it sounds like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It uses 7 steps. We usually omit that octave or 8th step when we're using that definition because it's essentially the same note as the first one. do, do, do. But we can sing by half steps, and they make up what we call a 12-tone scale. It sounds like this. Da, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is the octave again. 1, 13. So it's a 12-step scale.
Okay, a half step is the smallest interval in Western music. For example, Indian music utilizes quarter tones. We're not doing not happening here. Chords are built using different intervals. So when you hear an instrumentalist talk about chords, that's what they're talking about. This is all part of basic music theory. Did you know you were learning music theory here?
Let's show you some more about these intervals using our fingers. If you think of the steps in the major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's focus on just the first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we prefer to use the numbers instead of the classic solfege we all learned from The Sound of Music and do, re, mi, because numbers are easier to relate to the names used for the intervals, thirds, fifths, etc. So here's my handy hand for a clear visual. So here are the first 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1.
Very cool.
Yes.
So how do you identify or remember how these intervals sound besides using your fingers? Without an instrument, just using your voice. All right, let's talk about song cues. Song cues use 2 steps of a familiar song, and you can memorize them for reference. We'll sing these ascending intervals. They go up higher or above the starting note. So the tonic, or number 1 in the scale, is where it begins, and all of the song cues for all these intervals will limit the scope of these to just the ones that we're commonly using. So for example, let's start with the major second. Happy birth, or Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, do, major second. For a minor third, what child is this? Or Georgia, minor third. For a major third, I feel, or oh, when the saints. A fourth, here comes the bride, or amazing grace. A fifth, we like twinkle, 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 twinkle. And an octave is just a higher version of your tonic, like somewhere over the rainbow, or chestnuts roasting. There are loads of other ascending intervals, and of course descending intervals too. But these particular ascending intervals are the ones that you're going to be using a lot. Interval singing is super good practice, and like we've mentioned, doing interval exercises is called ear training. There are some really good apps you can use to practice this. Yeah. Our personal favorite is Perfect Ear, but there are many others, and you can practice intervals using your song cues too. Next up, we'd like to suggest that you check out our podcast on hunting for harmonies, because if you want to work with a friend, using intervals will help you create a harmony to sing with them. We have a good video on how to use our most favorite app of all, the amazing Slowdowner, which helps you craft harmony alone or with a friend. Also, we have a video using simple chord theory, and that is very helpful technique when you're working with instrumentalists who use chords. And now that you understand a little bit about intervals, the building blocks of chords, that will be easier for you to understand and follow. These things are giving you a special vocabulary, and they're building your superpower as a harmony singer.
Do you have questions about any of the other intervals, like a sixth or a seventh, or what's a diminished chord? Well, you can just ask us in the comments, because you're probably not the only one. Someone else is probably curious about that too. Please be brave, experiment with these intervals, and be sure to watch our other videos. We'll see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.